18E, reading passage, and what's your name?
Mr. Duhamel.
Mr. Duhamel. You're up. Go for it.
In 1927, Walt Disney worked in the movie business, producing many short animated cartoons. He had started his own film company in Los Angeles 4 years before. At the age of 21, $500 borrowed from a relative. During those 4 years, his business provided him with a meager living. He worked hard on his films, struggling to pay off the debt. His cartoons were about a character called Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit. A film distributor in New York had been buying his films and renting them to movie houses. The distributor could make a big profit if a film was successful. Disney, on the other hand, was a paid fixed amount for each movie. He got no share of the profits. When the contract with the distributor came to an end, Walt Disney decided to go to New York with his wife, Lily, to negotiate a better deal for himself.
Okay, good. Okay, right about there.
At the meeting, the distributor not only declined all of Disney's proposals, but also told the young filmmaker that he would reduce the payments he was making for each cartoon. He knew very well that Disney had no money to pay lawyers to fight him in the courts. Even worse, the distributor boasted that he had secretly hired Disney's own artist to do the drawings for the future Oswald movies. Disney was bitter that the distributor had betrayed him, but there was nothing he could do about it. He vowed to never sell another of his movies to anyone. He would rent them to distributors, of course. In the future, though, he would retain ownership. Walt Disney was in a somber mood when he and Lily boarded the train for Los Angeles.
Have you ever been on a train?
Yeah.
You did? Really? Where'd you go on a train?
In Disney World in LA, not Disneyland LA, there's that train going through it. In San Francisco, is BART considered a train?
BART. That goes, it'd be more of a subway, but yeah, we can call it a train. So you've been on BART?
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Okay. Go ahead.
During the long journey across...
Brace points. Go ahead.
Well, I lost my spot. Okay. During the long journey across the country, he decided to create a new character to take the place of Oswald. After making a few marks on his paper, he showed Lily a sketch of a mouse. Immediately, she noticed the likeness between her husband and the creature he had drawn. Both had a look of harmless mischief. She was convinced that audiences would love the little mouse with the happy face. She was dismayed. What?
Just moved it up a bit. You're good. Okay. She was dismayed.
She was dismayed, however, when her husband told her he planned to name it Mortimer.
Mortimer. Do you know what dismayed means?
No.
No, dismayed. Anybody know what dismayed means, Mr. Frustrated, upset, maybe feeling like there's no hope. Okay. Gloomy. Good. Mortimer. He planned to name it Mortimer.
Right to her. What about Mickey? She suggested. Mickey the Mouse, or Mickey Mouse. As soon as he arrived in LA, Walt Disney went to work on the Mickey Mouse cartoons. He completed 2 and was working on Steamboat Willie, his third, when sound began to be added to movies.
Yeah, back a long time ago, your first movies did not have any sound. And yeah, I know it's hard to believe. In fact, maybe I'll look on YouTube and we can watch a silent movie for a short one. Okay, keep reading. Nope.
Suddenly, silent movies were obsolete. Disney promptly added a soundtrack to Steamboat Willie. The shrill voice of Mickey Mouse was supplied by Walt Disney himself. When the movie opened in New York in September 1928, it was a sensation. Audiences roared with laughter at Mickey's hilarious adventures. Subsequent movies starring the lovable little mouse were equally successful at the box office. In just 3 years, Walt Disney's company was worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and Mickey Mouse was famous.
Nicely done. Well done. Okay, let me end that.